thought we had it all. Until I saw her through that window. Sitting in our Austin apartment, the hum of my laptop is louder than the silence between me and Chloe. It's been like this for weeks, maybe months. This quiet that's not peaceful, but heavy, like the air before a storm. I'm hunched over my desk, grinding through another client proposal, the kind of work that's supposed to secure our future. A house, maybe kids, the whole damn dream. Chloe's on the couch, scrolling her phone, her face lit up by the screen. She hasn't looked at me in an hour. Friendsgiving's tomorrow, she says, not glancing up. Her voice is flat, like she's reading a grocery list. You coming? I rub my eyes, the screen's glow burning into my skull. Can't. Got a deadline. You know how it is. My words sound hollow, even to me. I'm a tech consultant, always chasing the next big project, the next paycheck. It's what keeps us in this sleek downtown place with its exposed brick and view of 6th Street. But lately, it's like I'm running on a treadmill, moving fast, going nowhere. She sighs, a sharp little sound that cuts deeper than it should. Right. Work. Always work. She stands, tossing her phone on the couch, and heads to the kitchen. The fridge door slams, and I flinch. I want to say something, to bridge this gap that's been growing between us, but my mouth stays shut. I'm 32, not some kid anymore. But I'm still scared of saying the wrong thing. Chloe's always been the spark in our relationship, charismatic, quick to laugh, the one who makes friends with bartenders and strangers at H-E-B. I'm the steady one, the planner, the guy who makes sure the bills are paid. But steady feels like boring these days. I try to focus on my spreadsheet, but her words keep looping in my head. Always work. She's not wrong. I've been pulling 60-hour weeks, telling myself it's for us, for the life we're building. But when was the last time we laughed together? When was the last time we even ate dinner at the same table? I glance at the clock. 9:47 p.m. My stomach twists, not from hunger, but from something else. Something I don't want to name. I shut my laptop, the snap echoing in the quiet. Chloe, I call out, my voice rougher than I mean it to be. She pokes her head out from the kitchen, holding a Lone Star beer, her eyebrows raised. What if I come to Friendsgiving? I say, the words spilling out before I can stop them. I'll wrap up early. Surprise you. Her face softens for a second, and I catch a glimpse of the Chloe I fell for 3 years ago at a Zilker Park concert. Eyes bright, smile like she's sharing a secret with the world. But then her lips press tight, and she shrugs. If you want. It's at Sarah's place. Starts at 7. She turns away, and I'm left staring at the empty doorway, my heart thudding like I just ran a mile. Have you ever felt too scared to face the truth? That's me, right now, lying to myself that one surprise will fix everything. I spend the next day buried in work, but my mind's on Chloe. By 6:30 p.m., I'm done, earlier than usual. I grab my keys, my pulse racing like I'm about to pitch to a client. I'll show up at Sarah's, bring her favorite dessert from Quack's, make her laugh like we used to. I can still fix this. Driving through Austin, the city's alive with neon lights and Friday night crowds spilling out of bars on 6th Street. The air's warm, even in November, and I roll down my window, letting the breeze hit my face. My hands grip the steering wheel, knuckles white. I'm not just nervous, I'm terrified. What if she doesn't want me there? What if I'm too late? I push the thoughts down, focusing on the road, the familiar blur of food trucks and murals. Sarah's place is in Clarksville, a cute bungalow with string lights and a front yard full of wildflowers. I park a block away, my heart hammering as I walk toward the glow of the party. Music spills out, some indie band Chloe loves, and I hear laughter, clinking glasses. I'm almost at the front yard when I see her through the living room window. She's standing by the fireplace, her hair catching the light, laughing so hard she's leaning forward. She looks alive, happy, the way she hasn't with me in months. My chest loosens, and I'm about to step forward, to walk in and be the guy she needs. Then I see him. Some guy. tall, wearing a flannel, his hand brushing her arm as she laughs. She doesn't pull away. My stomach drops, like I'm falling from a rooftop. I freeze, half hidden by a tree, watching them. Her head tilts toward him, her smile soft, intimate. I know that smile. It used to be mine. I don't go in. I can't. My legs feel like lead, and my throat's so tight I can barely breathe. I stumble back to my car, the party's noise fading behind me. I sit there, staring at the dashboard, my hands shaking. I want to storm in, demand answers. But what would I even say? I'm not ready for this. Not ready to know what that smile means. I turn the key, the engine roaring to life, and drive away, the city lights blurring in my vision. I didn't know that was the last time I'd trust her. 3 seconds. That's all it took to ruin everything. I'm pulling into Ryan's driveway, my older brother's suburban house glowing under the Austin streetlights. The engine's still running, but I can't move. My hands are glued to the steering wheel, my knuckles white like I'm holding on for dear life. I don't even remember the drive from Sarah's place. Clarksville's bungalows and 6th Street's neon blur are just a haze in my head. All I can see is Chloe through that window, laughing with that guy, his hand on her arm, her smile slicing me open. I cut the engine, and the silence hits like a punch. Ryan's place is the opposite of our downtown apartment. No exposed brick or sleek countertops here. Just a lived-in ranch house with a sagging porch swing and a yard full of weeds. I stumble out of the car, my legs shaky, and make it to the front door. I don't knock. I never do. Ryan's my anchor, the one person who doesn't ask too many questions but always knows when I'm drowning. The door's unlocked, and I step into the living room, the smell of coffee and old leather hitting me. Ryan's on the couch, watching some true crime show on mute, his feet propped on a coffee table littered with empty Shiner bottles. "You look like hell," he says, not looking up. His voice is calm, like he's commenting on the weather, but his eyes flick to me, sharp and searching. I collapse onto the couch, the cushions sagging under me, and stare at the ceiling. My throat's tight, like I swallowed glass. I want to tell him everything about Chloe, the party, that guy. But the words won't come. It's like if I say it out loud, it'll be real, and I'm not ready for that. Ryan doesn't push. He just hands me a beer, the bottle cold against my palm, and goes back to his show. The silence between us isn't like the one with Chloe. It's comfortable, safe, but my head's screaming, replaying that moment at the window over and over. Her laugh, his hand, her smile. I pull out my phone, my hands trembling, and open Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe I'm looking for proof I'm wrong, that I imagined it, but deep down, I know better. I scroll through stories, my thumb moving on autopilot. Friendsgiving posts pop up, Sarah's charcuterie board, a group shot by the fireplace, someone's dog, in a turkey costume. Then I see it. A story from some girl I barely know, tagged at Sarah's party. It's a 3-second video, shaky and loud, the camera panning across the room. And there's Chloe, in the corner, leaning into that guy. Ethan, I think his name is, some graphic designer she mentioned once. She's laughing, her shoulder brushing his, and he's looking at her like she's the only person in the room. The video loops, and each time it does, my chest tightens, my breath coming in short, sharp gasps. I freeze the frame, staring at them, my heart pounding so loud I'm sure Ryan can hear it. What would you do if you saw this? I'm asking myself. But I want to scream it at the world. I want to throw my phone, smash it against the wall, but I just sit there, my fists clenched, the screen glowing like an accusation. Ryan glances over, his brow furrowing. "Liam, what's up?" he says, his voice low like he's talking to a spooked animal. Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. A bank notification pops up and I almost drop the damn thing. I swipe it open and there it is. $85 charged to our joint account at the Driscoll Hotel bar. Timestamped 8:42 p.m. tonight. My blood runs cold. Chloe told me she was at yoga after work. Some hot yoga class she's been obsessed with. I can still hear her voice from this morning, casual as anything. I'll be at yoga till 7, then straight to Sarah's. Yoga doesn't cost $85 at a fancy hotel bar. Yoga doesn't involve Ethan. I shove the phone at Ryan, my hand shaking so bad the screen blurs. Look at this, I say, my voice cracking. He takes it, his eyes scanning the Instagram video first, then the bank alert. He doesn't say anything for a long moment, just hands the phone back and leans forward, elbows on his knees. That's rough, he says, finally, his voice steady but heavy. You sure it's what you think? Am I sure? I snap, louder than I mean to. She lied, Ryan. She's not at yoga. She's with him. I'm pacing now, the room feeling too small, the walls closing in. My mind's racing, piecing together every late night, every vague excuse, every time she pulled away. When I tried to hold her. How long has this been going on? How blind have I been? Ryan watches me, his face calm but his eyes sharp, like he's waiting for me to break or fight or something in between. Okay, he says, slow and deliberate. You've got the video. You've got the charge. What are you going to do? His question hits like a brick. What am I going to do? Part of me wants to drive back to Sarah's, storm in, and confront her in front of everyone. Part of me wants to call her, scream until my voice gives out. But another part, the part that's been growing since I saw her through that window, just wants to curl up and disappear. I've spent 3 years building a life with Chloe, planning our future, sacrificing weekends and sleep for a dream I thought we shared. And now? Now I'm holding proof that it's all a lie. I sink back onto the couch, my head in my hands. The beer's still in my grip, untouched, the condensation dripping onto my jeans. Ryan's question hangs in the air, and I don't have an answer. Not yet. But my phone's still in my hand, and before I can stop myself, I'm typing a text to Chloe. We need to talk. Kirby Lane. Now. I hit send, my heart pounding like a drum, and the screen lights up with those 3 little dots. She's typing. Then nothing. The silence is worse than any reply. I look at Ryan, his face unreadable but solid, like he's ready for whatever comes next. You going? He asks, nodding at the phone. Yeah, I say, my voice barely above a whisper. I stand, my legs still shaky, and grab my keys. The Driscoll charge. The Instagram video. They're burning a hole in my brain, demanding answers I'm not sure I want. I step outside, the night air warm and thick, and head to my car. Kirby Lane's neon sign is waiting, and so is Chloe. I don't know what I'll say when I see her, but I know I can't run from this anymore. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just showed her the truth. I'm sitting at Kirby Lane, the diner's neon sign buzzing outside, casting red and blue flickers across the retro booths. The smell of pancakes and coffee hangs in the air, but my stomach's too knotted to even think about food. My hands are clenched on the table, the wood grain digging into my palms. My phone's in front of me, screen dark, but I can still see that $85 Driscoll hotel bar charge in my head. The Instagram video of Chloe leaning into Ethan, her laugh cutting me deeper than any knife. It's 9:15 p.m., and every tick of the clock feels like a countdown to something I can't control. The diner's half empty, just a few late-night stragglers, some UT kids laughing over queso, a tired waitress wiping down counters. I picked this place because it's neutral ground, not our apartment where every corner holds a memory of us. Kirby Lane's, where we had our first date, splitting a short stack and talking until 2 a.m. back then. Chloe's eyes sparkled when she looked at me. Now, I'm not sure what I'll see when she walks in, if she walks in. The bell above the door jingles, and there she is. Chloe steps inside, her hair loose, her face pale under the neon glow. She's wearing that green jacket I got her last Christmas, and the sight of it twists something in my chest. She spots me and hesitates, like she's debating bolting back into the night. But she doesn't. She slides into the booth across from me, her hands tucked into her sleeves, her eyes darting anywhere but mine. Hey, she says, her voice small, like she's testing the air. I don't answer. I just slide my phone across the table, the bank notification already pulled up. The $85 charge glows on the screen, undeniable. Her eyes flick to it, and I see her flinch, just for a second, before her face smooths out. What's this? She says, but there's no conviction in it. She knows I know. Driscoll Hotel Bar, I say, my voice low, steady, even though my heart's hammering so hard I can feel it in my throat. Tonight, 8:42 p.m. You said you were at yoga. She opens her mouth, then closes it, her fingers twisting the edge of her sleeve. Liam, it's not... She starts, but I cut her off. Don't, I say, sharper than I mean to. Don't lie to me. Not now. I tap the phone, pulling up the Instagram video. I don't play it. I can't stomach hearing her laugh again. But I freeze it on that frame. Her and Ethan, shoulders touching, her smile soft and private. I turn the screen toward her, and her face crumples, just for a moment before she looks away. Could you forgive her? I'm asking myself that, sitting here with the woman I thought I'd marry, her betrayal laid bare between us. Part of me wants her to explain it away, to say it's a misunderstanding, but the truth is screaming louder than any excuse she could make. Liam, She trails off, her voice cracking. She takes a breath, then meets my eyes for the first time. I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear, I felt numb, with us, like I was invisible. Invisible? The word hits me like a slap. I lean forward, my voice rising despite myself. Chloe, I've been killing myself for us. 60-hour weeks, taking every contract I could get, also we could have a future, a house, a life. And you're telling me you felt invisible? My voice cracks on the last word, and the UT kids glance over, their laughter dying. I don't care. The anger's been building since I saw her through that window at Sarah's, since I saw that video, since I realized the life I've been building might be a lie. It's spilling out now, raw and ugly, and I can't stop it. You were never here, Liam, she snaps back, her eyes flashing. You were always at your desk, your laptop, your meetings. I'd try to talk to you, and you'd brush me off like I was a distraction. Ethan, he saw me. He listened. Ethan, I repeat, the name bitter in my mouth. So what? You just fell into his arms because I was working too hard? That's your excuse? I'm shaking now, my hands gripping the table to keep from slamming something. The waitress hovers nearby, probably wondering if she needs to call someone. But I don't care about that either. It wasn't just one time, Chloe says, her voice barely above a whisper. She looks down, her hands trembling in her lap. I didn't plan it, but it kept happening. I'm sorry. Her words hit like a sledgehammer. Not one time, not a mistake. A choice. Over and over. I lean back in the booth, my breath shallow, like the air's been sucked out of the room. I see us in flashes, her kissing me goodbye before work, her texting me about groceries, her curled up next to me on the couch. All those moments. And she was with him too. My throat burns, and I realize I'm clenching my jaw so hard my teeth ache. I want to scream, to ask her how she could do this, but what's the point? She's already told me. I was gone, even when I was there, chasing a future I thought we both wanted. And she found someone else to fill the space I left. The diner's neon hum feels louder now, like it's mocking me, and the smell of coffee turns my stomach. I gave you everything, I say finally, my voice hoarse, barely holding together. Every late night, every missed weekend, it was for us. And you threw it away. Liam, I didn't, she starts, but I shake my head, standing up. My legs feel unsteady, like the floor's tilting under me. Don't, I say again. Softer this time. I grab my phone, the screen still glowing with that frozen image of her and Ethan, and shove it in my pocket. I can't do this right now. I turn and walk towards the door, the bell jingling as I step into the night. The warm Austin air hits me, thick and heavy, but it doesn't ease the weight in my chest. I hear her call my name, faint through the glass, but I don't look back. I didn't know who I was anymore. The city's alive around me. Cars humming down Lamar, bar lights flickering, laughter spilling from somewhere nearby. But I'm a ghost, drifting through it. My car is parked across the street, but I don't head there. I just walk, my boots scuffing the sidewalk, my mind replaying every word she said. Numb. Invisible. It kept happening. Each one's a fresh cut, and I'm bleeding out, right here, under the neon lights. I pass a food truck, the smell of tacos mixing with the night air, and for a second, I'm back to a year ago, Chloe and I splitting a barbacoa taco after a night at Stubbs, her stealing my soda and laughing when I pretended to be mad. That memory hurts worse than the anger because it reminds me what I thought we had, what I lost. I keep walking, the city blurring around me until I'm standing at a crosswalk. The 360 bridge overlooks somewhere in the distance, calling me like a beacon. I need to think, to breathe, to figure out who the hell I am without her. I didn't hate her. I hated myself for not seeing it. I'm driving through Austin, the city's lights streaking past like they're trying to outrun my thoughts. My hands grip the wheel, but I'm not really steering, just moving, aimless. The hum of the engine filling the space where my anger used to be. Kirby Lane's neon glow is long behind me. Chloe's words still ringing in my ears. Numb. Invisible. It kept happening. I should be furious. Should want to burn the world down. But all I feel is this heavy, aching grief. Like I'm mourning something I didn't even know I'd lost. I end up at the 360 bridge overlook, pulling into the gravel lot without really deciding to. It's late, past 10 p.m., and the place is empty, except for a couple of kids smoking by the railing, their laughter carrying on the warm night air. I cut the engine and step out, the crunch of gravel under my boots grounding me for a second. Austin's skyline sparkles below. Zilker Park's dark sprawl, the Frostbank Tower's green argon glow, the whole city laid out like a promise I used to believe in. I lean against the hood of my car, the metal still warm, and stare at the lights, trying to make sense of the mess I'm in. Have you ever realized you were wrong too? That's what's hitting me now, standing here with the city at my feet. I've been so busy blaming Chloe, her laugh with Ethan, that $85 Driscoll charge, the Instagram video that gutted me, that I didn't stop to look at myself. But the truth is creeping in, cold and sharp. Like the first sip of a Lone Star after a long day. I wasn't just a victim. I played a part in this. I think back to the last few months, maybe even the last year. Chloe would try to talk, small stuff, like a new band she loved, or a funny story from work, and I'd nod, half listening, my eyes glued to my laptop. Sounds cool, I'd say, or tell me later. I'm swamped. I was always swamped, always chasing the next deadline, the next client, the next step in some grand plan I thought we both wanted. I told myself it was for us, for the house we'd buy, the trips we'd take, the life we'd build. But when did I last ask her what she wanted? When did I last notice her sighing, her voice going quiet, her light dimming? I slide down to sit on the gravel, my back against the car's front tire, and let my head tip back. The stars are faint, drowned out by the city's glow, but I stare at them anyway. I remember one night, maybe 2 years ago, when Chloe dragged me out to McKinney Falls to stargaze. We lay on a blanket, her head on my chest, pointing out constellations she made up. The tipsy armadillo, the broken taco truck. We laughed until our sides hurt, and I felt like the luckiest guy alive. When did I stop making time for that? When did I start treating her like a checkbox on my to-do list? My phone buzzes in my pocket and I pull it out, my heart lurching. It's a text from Chloe, a long one, the preview showing, "I'm so sorry, Liam. I never meant..." I don't open it. Not because I'm mad, but because I can't handle her words right now. I need this moment, this quiet, to figure out who I am without her voice in my head. I set the phone face down on the gravel, the screen's glow fading to black. I'm not sure how long I sit there, the city humming below, the kids' laughter gone as they wander off, My anger's drained away, leaving this eerie clarity, like waking up after a fever breaks. Chloe betrayed me. There's no excusing that. She chose Ethan, chose to lie, chose to let our life fracture. But I wasn't innocent. I left her alone, even when I was in the same room. I built a future in my head and forgot to invite her into it. We both broke this, in our own ways. I think about Ryan, his calm question back at his place. What are you going to do? I didn't have an answer then, but it's starting to take shape now. I can't go back to the apartment tonight. Can't face the couch where she scrolled her phone, the bed where we used to tangle up together. I need space, not just from her, but from the version of me who thought work was enough, who thought love could wait. I need to start over, even if it hurts like hell. I stand, brushing gravel off my jeans, and take one last look at the skyline. It's beautiful, but it's not mine anymore, not the way it was. I climb back into the car, my hands steadier now, and start the engine. I don't know where I'm going. Maybe Ryan's, maybe a cheap motel. But I know I'm not going home. Not yet. As I pull onto the road, a memory hits me. Chloe, a year ago, trying to get me to dance with her in our kitchen. She'd put on some old country song, twirling around in her socks, grabbing my hands. I laughed, but I pulled away, said I had emails to answer. Her smile faltered just for a second, and I didn't think anything of it. I see it now, though. That was one of the cracks, one of the moments I could have chosen her and didn't. I grip the wheel tighter, my throat burning, but I don't cry, I just drive. The city fading in my rearview. I'm not ready to forgive. Yet. Chloe's text is still there, waiting, but I can't face it tonight. Maybe tomorrow, maybe never. What I know, sitting here in the dark with Austin's lights behind me, is that I have to forgive myself first. For not seeing, for not listening, for thinking I could build a life without tending to the one I had. I don't know what comes next, but for the first time in a long time, I'm not running from the truth. I'm facing it head on, and it hurts, but it's mine. I wasn't leaving her. I was finding me. It's been 3 days since Kirby Lane, and I'm back in our Austin apartment, packing my things. The place feels like a stranger's now. Same exposed brick, same view of 6th Street, but it's hollow, like a stage set after the play's done. Chloe's here, sitting on the couch, her knees pulled up, watching me fold shirts into a duffel bag. The air's heavy but not hostile, just sad, like we're both mourning something we can't name. My hands move on autopilot, grabbing socks, a charger, a couple of books. Every item feels like a choice to walk away. Liam, she says, her voice soft, breaking the silence. I pause, a t-shirt half folded in my hands, and look at her. Her eyes are red, her hair tucked behind her ears, and for a second I see the girl I met at Zilker Park, all fire and laughter. But that girl's gone. Or maybe I never really knew her. Can we talk? She asks. I nod, setting the shirt down, and sit on the armchair across from her. The coffee table between us might as well be a canyon. Go ahead, I say, my voice steady but tired. I've spent 3 days at Ryan's, replaying our fight, my failures, her betrayal. I'm not angry anymore, just ready to move on. She takes a shaky breath. I'm sorry, not just for Ethan, for letting us fade. I should have told you how I felt, how alone I was. I messed up, Liam. I know that. Her words hit, but not like they would have a week ago. I don't feel the urge to yell or beg for answers. I just see her, flawed and human, trying to make sense of her own mistakes. I was gone too, I say, surprising myself with how calm I sound. I didn't see you, Chloe. I was so caught up in work. In some future I thought we wanted, I left you alone. I'm sorry for that. Her eyes well up, and a tear slips down her cheek. She wipes it away, quick, like she's embarrassed. Does that mean we can try again? Her voice is small, hopeful, and it breaks something in me. Would you walk away? That's what I'm asking myself, looking at her. This woman I love so hard. It shaped my whole world. Part of me wants to say yes, to grab her hand, and pretend we can stitch this back together. But I can't unsee that Instagram video. Can't unhear her saying it kept happening. I can't trust her. And worse, I don't trust myself to be what she needs. No, I say, gentle but firm. I can't. We're too broken, Chloe. I need to figure out who I am without this. Without us. She nods, biting her lip, and looks down at her hands. The silence stretches. Not awkward, but final, like the last note of a song. I stand, heading back to my packing, and that's when I see it. An old Polaroid tucked into a book on the shelf. It's from our Big Bend trip 2 years ago, us grinning in front of a desert sunset, her arm around my waist, my hat crooked. I smile, sad but warm, and leave it on the coffee table for her. A memory, not a weapon. I zip the duffel, sling it over my shoulder, and grab my keys. Chloe stands, her arms crossed like she's holding herself together. "Take care, Liam," she says, her voice thick. "You too," I reply, and I mean it. I walk out, the door clicking shut behind me, and head to my car. The Austin skyline's in my rear view as I drive away, its lights bright but distant, like stars I can't reach. I don't know where I'm going. A new apartment, a new city, a new life. But for the first time in years, I'm not chasing a plan. This wasn't the end. It was my beginning.